Well, hello, hello. Welcome to Blue Star Careers webinar. Thank you so much for supporting. I'm Laura Torres, and today we welcome one of our stellar Blue Star Career partners. That's right. Their team is here and they're been part of our supporting community for over 7 years. We're very excited to support him and to support actually this discussion, live discussion. And I'm talking about Sleep Number. Sleep Number has supported us through various campaigns, but furthermore, Sleep Number right now, we're working very intensely and we're seeking to support our military career members so that they can have intensely career growth no matter where the military takes them. So we hope that you can tag, of course, support your community by paying it forward. Their team strives to create an environment where every member can be their best, their most authentic selves. So without further ado, let's bring our Sleep Number team back to stage and then get to know them better, get to know their initiatives, and then, of course, we ask that you, as our community member watching on LinkedIn, Facebook, or of course, our virtual community, let us know where you're watching. We love to be able to send you shout outs and start with our discussion. Thank you. Well, hello, hello. Welcome once again, community, military spouses, and all job seekers are there. We're looking really, again, to help you and support you grow your career. So please put it in the chat where you're watching. We'd love to be able to send you a shout out towards the end and answer your questions. Thank you so much for the Sleep Number team for being here, for supporting. But most importantly, I want to just recap and tell you that Sleep Number stands out to support career growth for all military spouses and, of course, all of our members. If you out there are watching this, your Blue Star Careers members, please join this live discussion. Watch the replay. Let us know how we can further support you and, of course, support future career opportunities and how you can create a meaningful path with endless career growth. All military spouses are welcome. All Blue Star careers are welcome as well and explore additional resources. Again, pay it forward. And then, of course, make sure that you are part of our neighborhood community. So find us in the neighborhood. But without further ado, let's go around and introduce our members and say, Susie, welcome to our webinar. Thank you so much for being here. Would you please do a brief introduction and then pass it on to your next member?
Yes, thanks so much, Laura. Thanks for having us. My name is Susie Johnson, and I am a talent acquisition partner here with Sleep Number. Been with the company for about 4.5 years, and I support our recruiting for our corporate team members. So that includes human resources, our legal team, finance, IT, anything that happens here at the headquarters. Chris, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, good. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris White, Vice President of Manufacturing, Fulfillment, and Quality for Sleep Number. Excuse me. I've worked for Sleep Number for just over 15 years. My Sleep Number settings are 40, and actually my Sleep IQ score last night was a 74. So very excited to be a part of this conversation today and look forward to answering any questions the audience may have.
Wonderful. Thank you. And who should we pass it on to next, Chris? Let's go to Priscilla.
Sure, that
Yes.
works.
My name's Priscilla de Hoyos. My title is Security and Safety Partners. I'm stationed out here in Tampa, Florida. Been with Sleep Number for 2 years now.
Thank you, Priscilla. And then, of course, last but not least, we go to Terry. Terry, aloha, welcome. And I say aloha because I know you're not in any warm weather section today of the state. So welcome to our live webinar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Terry Davis. My Sleep Number setting is 72. I live and work out of Salt Lake City, Utah. I am the Systems Engineering Manager for Sleep Number Manufacturing and Assembly. So my team governs and signals all the systematic material flows within our warehouses. Been with Sleep Number for 7 years. I'm a Marine Corps infantry vet, and that's me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. Thank you, everyone, for the introductions. And then, of course, once again, if you are out there in one of our communities, post your questions. We want to make sure that we drive you and send you to set up job alerts early on. We'll be also sharing some job links later on throughout the day in our spouse residential community in our neighborhood. So we want you to, of course, start searching, but you can also search on your own, of course, and start searching ahead of time. And most importantly, set up job alerts, get to know Sleep Number, pose your questions, let us know how we can best support you, because that's what we do here. We want to make sure that no matter what the military takes you, you have a great path and you are able to identify incredible resources and partners who support military spouses and all of our military members and want you in their team. So we're going to go straight to Susie, who is going to enlighten us with just some general overall support about and educate us about Sleep Number and what they have to offer. Right, Susie? Oh, I can't hear you, Susie.
There we go. Sorry about
There
that.
we go. That's
Thanks so much, Laura. I should also mention that I have the pleasure of being here today because I also manage the community partnerships here at Sleep Number. So I've had the pleasure of working with Laura and Blue Star families for the last 2 years out of the 7 that we've been partners. Okay, so we introduced the team. You will be able to speak more with our team members later in the presentation. They'll be able to share more of their stories, but I'll really kick us off just giving you a little bit more background about who Sleep Number is, what we do here. So Sleep Number, our mission is to improve lives by individualizing sleep experiences. Our vision here is to become one of the world's most beloved brands by delivering an unparalleled sleep experience. And we are a leader of sleep wellness technology through the design, engineering, manufacturing, distribution, and marketing of innovative sleep solutions. Here at Sleep Number, we are founded on individuality. We celebrate individuality in each other, in our own lives, and in our customers' lives. We really embrace every individual's unique talents, perspectives, and experiences, and strive to create an environment where we can be our best selves. Valuing diversity makes us stronger, smarter, and fuels our innovation and teamwork. Our smart beds serve an important purpose by effortlessly adjusting to sleepers' unique needs. They help millions of consumers achieve more restful sleep every night. As Chris had mentioned, his sleep score last night was in the 70s. Mine was at 98 out of 100, meaning I had an incredible night's sleep in preparation of today, which I'm really excited about. Our smart beds collect billions of data points nightly from millions of sleepers, generating comprehensive longitudinal data that allows us to provide personalized digital sleep and health insights to our customer. That's how I'm able to know how well I slept last night. And today we've helped improve lives of over 15 million people. In 2017, we did a company-wide survey to really understand what people thought mattered most about Sleep Number, what they were proud of, what words described us, what we valued. From that survey, we identified 5 values that are at the core of who we are as a company. Some we do really well, and others we continue to strive for. And this video here will introduce you to what those 5 values are.
Every day I'm on a dock, every day I'm with the technicians, every day I'm on a route. There's a passion for our product.
When people are passionate, that's when it's fun.
Ultimately, it was my passion for helping people that drew me here.
That's what keeps you coming in day after day. Passion is going to be what brings you in.
If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters after that.
You have to be honest with everything that you do.
It's about doing the right thing every day. Do the right thing for customers, do the right thing for our stakeholders. All of that is just in our DNA.
think it's super vital to be on the forefront and having a solution-seeking mindset. I think you have to do that to stay alive in the marketplace.
I love that about this company. We continue to evolve no matter what.
You have to have courage in order to be innovative, in order to be passionate. I think there's just a lot of courageous people in this company.
You need courage to be able to do anything in life. Riskless living is the riskiest kind of living.
You need courage to, really push yourself beyond the limits that, you think that you can achieve. It takes a great team to produce great results. You're constantly pushing each other to be better. It's about being able to get the job done together.
I think Sleep Number has hired an amazing group of people, and there's nothing we can't do.
I'm a car enthusiast.
Like the garden.
A mom.
Youth baseball coach.
A runner.
Craft beer enthusiast.
I'm a father. Wannabe Renaissance man.
Spending time outside.
To go hiking. Grandfather.
Huge Disney fan.
Love to travel.
Facebook admin.
Cool mom.
Glass artist.
Play the violin.
Mountain bike. Baseball coach.
To travel hiker.
Beekeeper.
City council member.
Health nut.
A military veteran.
All right, I hope that video gave you a little bit of insights into kind of the culture that we have here at Sleep Number. I want to talk a little bit more about the business. So aside from the innovative technology in our products, another thing that really sets Sleep Number apart from others in this industry is that we are a vertically integrated company, which means we own the various stages of production and distribution of our product. So in other words, if you think of how something is created, we really own and oversee the supply chain, manufacturing, marketing, sales, delivery, and servicing of our products. So again, going more into the business, we have over 650 stores nationwide. We have a manufacturing plant. We have several assembly distribution centers and a bedding fulfillment collection center located across the country. And to dive even deeper into the supply chain and manufacturing area of the business, I'll hand it over to Chris to share more details.
Yeah, thanks, Susie. Yeah, I think kind of before I just jump into this slide, maybe like you saw in the video, Sleep Number is a very passionate group of individuals, and thought maybe I'll just start by sharing my story a little bit. I came to Sleep Number 15 years ago, but my career started. I'm a proud military veteran, U.S. Navy submarine officer, and had 5 wonderful years as on a submarine, as it can, even though it can be kind of claustrophobic. But since I've gotten out of the military, I've had lots of opportunity to translate what I learned from being a part of a high performing team to into the corporate world. That started in Novartis in the contact lens world. But 15 years ago, I got a chance and to move my family to Salt Lake City, Utah, to join the Sleep Number team. And at our Salt Lake City, Utah facility, what I fell in love with, first and foremost was the people. And you saw it on the video, the collection, just a small sample of the diversity of our team. But in Utah, I just the diversity there, I fell in love with it, is the bottom line. And I had spent most of my career traveling the globe, global project manager, global operations. And in that one facility, I had a chance to take everything I learned and really build a strong, inclusive team. And, that's been kind of my mission, my personal priority for the last 15 years, is to take Sleep Number's mission, to improve the health and well-being of society through better sleep, and ultimately to improve lives, but to take that from our customers and to translate that over into our teams as well. Early on, I felt like as we were growing, we would lean too heavily on our teams. We didn't have the right processes and right tools to make their lives better. But what I am very excited about, in this journey, and you'll get to hear a little bit from a couple of our team members, Terry and Priscilla here in a moment, is that, we are in so many ways, being the best versions of ourselves today as a company and as a team. But that's because we've invested um, in our teams, through better manufacturing and assembly processes, better tools to do the job, but also investing in them as individuals. And that's what's most exciting. And part of that, as part of my when I'm not doing my main job, I'm also the mentor for our armed forces support community, which allows us to, as we are a collection of individuals, but in certain cases we want to give a little bit more effort to enhancing the experience of individuals. And that includes our military veterans and our spouses. So I am very excited to be a part of that group within our teams. But ultimately, we believe in investing in our teams or their individuals to make them better. So overall, we can live up to our company mission of improving the lives of our customers. And so, really, one of the things that we were evolving for years, and then we ultimately came up with our true north. It was one of these, you heard a lot in the video about what Sleep Number stands for. Our manufacturing and fulfillment team very much believes in those same um, principles. And we said we need to be clear about what we stand for, and what our true north is on this page is what our leadership team, what my leadership team, every decision we make, every metric we track ties back to this one page. And this is several years in the making, but our vision statement, really, I'll just take a moment to read that, but I won't read the whole slide. The manufacturing assembly produces the product and delivers on Sleep Number's promise, improving lives through better night's sleep. Our success is driven by empowering our teams to build safe, efficient work environments and ensuring our teams are trained and have the tools they need to get the job done right. This is something we developed together as a leadership group in our manufacturing organization. That's why we exist, and that's what we strive to do every single day. And we do that, how? It's through our 5 core values that you saw in the video, and something we live by every single day. And what we believe in, we have a balanced scorecard, which is based on team, quality, delivery, cost, and environment. And it's no accident that team is first and foremost on our balanced scorecard, because we know that through investing in the individuals on our teams, will be stronger together. But ultimately, what I'd say the what in our balanced scorecard is there's no metric that we measure that doesn't tie back to our beliefs. And that's what I think makes Sleep Number somewhat different. We don't track cost just for cost's sake. We track cost to make sure it ties back to what we believe, and ultimately in delivering our mission of improving lives. But anyway, manufacturing organization, it's something I've been my privilege of leading for some time now. And I know you're probably tired of hearing me talk now, so I will pause here and turn it over to I'm not sure which one was going to go first, but I'm going to turn it over to Priscilla first to kind of share her story at Sleep Number and so forth. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chris White. So again, my name is Priscilla de Hoyos. My title is Security Safety Partners, right? So I provide security for our Tampa, Florida Assembly Distribution Center, along with product investigations, OSHA safety within our building. And just as an announcement, we are 772 days safe at our Tampa, Florida location, which I'm very, very proud of. Um, prior to Sleep Number, right? We've all had a life before the job that we fell in love with, but prior to Sleep Number, I was in the Army for 10 years as a gunner for convoy security and instructor for weapon systems and military vehicles for units before they moved out for deployment. Once out of the military, I was an EMT, a phlebotomist for John Hopkins Children's Hospital, and then a certified police officer for the state of Florida. In the middle of my interviews for different agencies, I was actually working here at Sleep Number for security, contracted as a temp. I soon became fascinated with, all the unique positions within the facility, but most importantly, Sleep Number's message to help change people's lives through quality sleep. To most, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but sleep is, highly important, makes you function. It's for your health. But for me, it was a big message because I actually um, this helped. This is very deep meaning to me because I have suffered with insomnia for most of my life. So it's a struggle sometimes. But I loved how passionate our team members were, and I saw that. Sleep Numbers, 5 cores again. I mean, it they made me feel like I was part of a family again through the military. It's kind of very similar with our 7 core values, right? When I was in the army, and they kind of go hand in hand, like passion, integrity, innovation, courage, and teamwork. But being witness to how Sleep Numbers leadership and team members really honestly thrive every single day to reach these goals, that actually helped me decide to apply for a position within Sleep Number and take a pause for applying to different agencies. Since then, I have been a safety and training coordinator, a production coordinator, and now in my new current role in security. Um, Going strong for 2 years now, and I honestly don't see it changing anytime soon. That was kind of a sweet summary of myself and my mission and my. I hope to, you know, provide more ideas um, and try to make our company right more successful, but really trying to have people understand our mission, right? Our mission and our goal. I take a lot of pride in my job. I love my career, um, and I'm very excited to be a Sleep Number. It was a big switch to trying to go for different agencies with being a police officer, but I think I found something that I really enjoy, and I found a team that I wasn't able to feel at home or like part of a family in the different positions that I had before. It was I've never felt this out of I've never felt like being part of something bigger with a purpose, with such a meaningful purpose, in all the other civilian jobs I've had. So, but again, thank you so much for listening to my story, and that's all I have.
Right,
Sure.
Terry?
Let's see. So I graduated high school in 2001 with no intentions of joining the military, and 9/11 shifted my worldview. I knew I had to do something, and so I enlisted in the Marine Corps on October 10th, 2001, and quite an experience. I invaded Iraq in March of 2003 as a member of Marine Regimental Combat Team 1. Got home from that in June. I was a Hollywood Marine, so did my recruit training in San Diego, stationed on Camp Pendleton, but also had the opportunity to travel, see different places of the world. Spent some time in Japan, in Ukraine, and in Israel. Um, Loved the Marine Corps. It was a difficult decision to leave the military service for me. Ultimately, it was my spouse. My unit was working on a new mobilization and deployment, and I was 3 months away from my contract ending. Feeling emotional about it today, but a big decision to leave. And I'm glad that I had my partner who's willing to invest in me and give me the confidence that I could find success other places. Went to school on the GI Bill at Park University and came out of that really looking to join an organization. When I was going through the interview processes, Sleep Number was the only organization that led with their mission, vision, and values. Um, Values are important to me. When I take a self inventory, when I evaluate how things are going in my life, I compare, how I'm doing against my values. My family values, imparted by my father, were love, learn, and serve. As a Boy Scout growing up, the Scout Law says a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Joined the Marine Corps, where our values were honor, courage, and commitment. And here at Sleep Number, Susie shared, but our values are passion, innovation, integrity, courage, and teamwork. Words to live by, and words that really help define our culture at Sleep Number. We have this culture. I want to say that we also have a foundation in individuality, so it's very accessible. Um, It's not as culty as it may sound, but it is something that I keep in the background and that I rely on or I come back to when we're challenged. Sleep Number is an organization that challenges the status quo. We embrace adversity. We do hard things and we set goals and we work to accomplish them despite what comes up. Um, and so, with this type of a dynamic environment, there have been times where I pull out the values and I have to evaluate, am I doing this right? And, it's not just the what's that we're doing here at Sleep Number that matters, it's those hows and whys that are defined in our mission, vision, and values. Been here for 7 years. I originally came and I planned to be here for 5. In my original interview with our director, I remember kind of sharing my 5-year plan for what I wanted to accomplish at Sleep Number and worked with him over years, accomplished my 5-year plan in 4 years, and I'm still here with no intentions of leaving. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for sharing your stories. And again, that's also why we're here, is to make sure that people feel like there is a place for them, for yourself and your family. And it's just really nice to be able to hear from our own team members kind of what brought them here and what keeps them here at Sleep Number. To wrap up our presentation, I just wanted to let you know how you can join our community and how you can stay connected with us here at Sleep Number. So you can actually visit our career site at careers.sleepnumber.com or .com to then be able to join our talent community, where you can sign up to receive job alerts. You can enter the different skills that you have so that it puts you into our big candidate pool. When we have positions open up, we can then identify candidates from that pool. And then you can also follow us on social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. We also have a YouTube channel that you can also follow as well for videos. But that's really what we wanted to share with you today. And we're so grateful for your partnership and just for this opportunity to be able to connect with you. And I believe, Laura, that we're going to open it up for questions.
Absolutely. We have some great questions here. And now our chat function team is not properly working or showing up on our regular feed. I'm not sure what's going on, so I apologize for that. But for sure, I have some questions here that I'm going to read for you from our community, and then this will go for you, Zuzi. Um, what business areas does Sleep Number focuses on? I know you have a very large. I mean, you're national. You have so many great opportunities all across, and of course, the theme of this webinar is, grow your career no matter where the military takes you. So can you speak to us a little bit more about the different areas of hiring? We
Yeah.
had great representation, like Terry's in engineering, Priscilla is in security and safety, Chris is the BP of manufacturing. I mean, wow, you're talent acquisition. So there's a plethora of career opportunities, intense growth here. So yeah, could you describe those for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know with Blue Star Families, especially, kind of the different career paths that we've provided are really great entry points into the company. I would just say that there's always room for growth within and movement within the organization. As you've heard with some of their stories, they started in one position and now they're in a completely different area. So the positions that I would say really work well with the Blue Star Family Network that we've seen land in our retail space. So our retail stores, again, we have over 650 stores nationwide. It's a great opportunity to learn about the business, learn about the technology, really live and breathe our values on a daily basis, because you're face to face with our customers. You're that first point of contact. So it's extremely important that we have someone who is passionate about Sleep Number's mission and vision. We also have areas in field services. So that essentially is our home delivery team. Again, we have stores located across the country, so we have delivery team members located across the country as well. We also have some remote positions in our customer service center. If that was something that was intriguing to people, we have manufacturing and supply chain positions located across the country at our distribution centers. And then also we do have opportunities for remote positions within the corporate area of the business as well. So a lot of different entry points, but I would say specifically for this network, really that kind of retail or field services or customer service are probably the best options to get your foot in the door with the company.
Wonderful, thank you. And that is very, again, that's just incredible way for you, whether you are in San Diego, you are in Utah. I heard Utah a couple of times from a couple of members here who are in today's session, or you are in Florida. There's opportunities for you to really put your foot in the door and then start growing with a great partner that really and embraces your unique self and personality. And then they do the whole sleep number, which I want to ask you a little bit more about that later. But I do have a question here for Priscilla. For you particularly, how did you become a safety partner? I mean, what led to you joining this area of interest, and what are some of those background requirements or tips that you can share with someone who's also transitioning and has this inclination to maybe still be connected to safety? Because I think you mentioned you had safety in the military as well.
Yes. So in the military, I started off, my MOS was a truck driver, and I was certified in all kinds of equipment, just for military side. And then as a civilian, once I got out, the thing that goes hand in hand with this position, honestly, is uh, prior military, any prior military, most of our security partners are veterans. Um, and we also look at a police background, if you ever had any police background. Um, and then I have a degree in criminal justice, just a bachelor's. And but as far as the qualifications, I mean, we just need individuals that pay attention to detail. Um, we are we need individuals to be able to stay calm in serious scenarios for our facilities, keep our team members safe. Um, we also are in charge of first responders team members as well. So for my facility, I'm in charge of our first responders, making sure they're certified, making sure we have safety protocols. We also look into investigations for stolen items or certain markets that we're working with, and just being able to just see out of the norm. If you have that integrity, you are motivated, you have new ideas. I mean, that is what we're looking for, honestly. And again, we just love our military team members. They just kind of fit right into the security role because they have that basis, right? That foundation that the training through military kind of gives you. So it's kind of like what we're looking for.
Wonderful. That's really great. Thank you so much for describing that and giving us a little bit more, perspective of what your great job and your role, how that really complements your background, but also your future career growth and aspirations. That's wonderful. For Chris, you as a VP of manufacturing, what should we know about this industry? I know that sometimes we hear manufacturing and we think just, I don't know, just like office or not office. I'm sorry. We think we describe manufacturing in a very different way. How would you describe manufacturing from Chris' perspective, and why should we think of manufacturing in a really exciting sort of career pathway that this can be for either military spouses or service members?
Yeah, thanks. First of all, a little bit more broadly, for Sleep Number, we are vertically integrated, and so when you're thinking of, I appreciate, retail is a great entry point. Susie mentioned, but I'm kind of biased a little bit. Our operations and fulfillment team, it is everything from a manufacturing environment to warehousing, fulfillment, and logistics, transportation, distribution, and home delivery in our food services teams. So there are a wide variety of jobs that are available, throughout the country. But yeah, I'm probably a non-traditional manufacturing leader. A lot of people think of me as an engineer, and the Navy tried its best to make me an engineer. I went through the nuclear engineering program. I did everything I was required to do. I got through it. But they realized they put me up in operations on the submarine as soon as they could because I was not an engineer. And I actually studied political science in college. And so I think a lot of that, the reason why I fit so comfortably in Sleep Number and operations is because I wasn't an engineer. You know, my teaching from day one was that we were going to solve problems through people. And like a lot of manufacturing organizations are very metrics focused, very engineering focused, and we have those. But you know what I've just emphasized about who we are, what makes us different, is that we are very adamant about the team first, right? And you know, Priscilla, love having her, you know, in the role she's in because safety is so important to what we do. And you know, we're cringe every time we hurt one of our team members because our, you know, we guarantee, you know, we say we strive every single day to send our team members home safe first and foremost, right? And when we don't do that, we're solving problems to get better. But I would just say from us, a manufacturing career, you know, don't think about it as repetitive. You know, just put this part in this place, right? With us, it's about solving problems to improve the lives of our customers. And there's so many different roles throughout the organization for you to do that, to evolve. Like Terry, you know, I will brag about. He talked about his 5-year plan, but he came on as a production manager. Actually, no, inventory. I'm sorry, I forgot about the initial step. He was in inventory. Then moved him into production management, and then after a little bit of arm twisting, I got him to move to California to help start up our manufacturing facility there. Did a great job, pulled him back in a leadership role back in Utah. And then eventually, after he did all of this, you know, his penance, I guess you would say, I let him do the job he was really designed for, systems engineering. And so he's basically designs the back end of our warehouses, like system driven, everything. Like he's the brains behind the warehouse, him and his team. And you know, that's what's exciting here, is that we're solving problems and we're giving our team members opportunities to solve problems and that they're most gifted at. But sometimes, you know, we put them in challenging situations to allow them to grow. And you know, Terry's got a great story in that regard. So I would just say, when you're thinking of manufacturing, don't think of about it as standing by an assembly line. It's about solving operational problems to get our product, our award-winning products, to our customers' bedrooms so they can enjoy a great night's sleep. And we've got plenty of opportunities for you to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. That's a really great way for you to put it on. And that's precisely why, I mean, you're the expert in within your field. And that's really what we're trying to get across to our members, is to really portray or put a different sort of a vision of what manufacturing, what careers in retail, what careers in sales, whatever the field might be, even in computing or systems engineering looks like, because every company, every organization manages and does solution driven you know, work very differently. So it's great that you guys are here to educate us. I'm going to go to Terry and ask him, for you, a day to day as your Chris, sort of share a little bit about your, you know, your 5-year plan and how you also came in from the Marine Corps, and you know, but I'm glad that you found a great community and team and a sense of belonging through Sleep Number. I do want to ask you, as a system engineer, what does your day to day look like? Because your title, system engineer, is kind of like very tech driven. We have some members from our digital community that are watching, that are part of our digital learners who are doing different certifications. So I guess, how could they connect that through a role like yours in the system engineering, or just describe to us a day to day in your life?
Sure. So in my role, I'm very focused, as Chris said, on systems and technology in our warehouse space. But because of the nature of us being vertically integrated, I spend quite a bit of time in cross-functional groups, solving bigger problems or trying to understand kind of enterprise level opportunities and problems that we're going after. I have kind of two sides to my team. One is I have a couple system analysts, and we're really set up to work on the infrastructure of what we have for those teams to work on. So we're tracking escalations, we're attending meetings, trying to understand what's the current state and what's the step that we need to go next on. The simple equation is, there's where can I have the maximum impact with the minimum, investment or value that I have to set aside for it. But there's also an operational component to my team. I manage the wave planners, which is an operational role. And the wave planners each day in each of our warehouses collate our orders and allocate inventory to them. And they also set the system up and kind of initiate everything from a systems point of view so that we can move all the material to its point of use at the right time in the right sequence. Sleep Number doesn't keep 100 or 1,000 mattresses in inventory. When a customer orders a mattress, we build a mattress specifically to that customer on the day that we're ready to ship and then ultimately deliver. So the system that I govern and that my team owns is designed to deal with all the complexity so that at the user level, our operators, warehouse forklift drivers, and those that are moving things around, they're able to just rely on the digital, handheld device in their hand and work as efficiently as possible with the assurity that the processes, that the flows that they're going through, all of that has been optimized and is repeatably optimized. Um, to add on to what Chris said, when I joined Sleep Number, I started as an analyst, and it was a great position where I could learn about material flow in Sleep Number. But over the years, I guess I found a passion for the work I do now. And so anytime I would see a shortcoming, I guess it kind of developed into a personal brand. I wanted to make sure that the things that I cared about, the things that I saw impacting us, were known and known by leaders. And in doing that over years and then shifting, from different positions and taking advantage of opportunities with the idea that I always want to learn, I'm really happy with the career I've had at Sleep Number. As I said earlier, I'm well beyond my 5-year plan and no intentions to leave.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Thank you, and I'm sure that's wonderful for Sleep Number team to hear that you have found your second home aside from the Marine Corps, of course, second journey, and you really very much enjoy your work, and that really tells us, when we see other team members from an organization and they're thriving and they're enjoying and they really, I mean, they mean it and they're military connected, that really empowers us as an audience or even job seekers to want to go and explore more options. So I want to encourage all of you who are watching and supporting. Again, put your comments. Our chat function for some reason is not working here right now as we are live, but I see that there's quite a bit of an audience on LinkedIn. So please pose your questions. I'll make sure that those get addressed and I'll go back and we'll retrace our steps, our virtual steps, to make sure that we touch you and connect with you further. You can also join our Blue Star Careers neighborhood where we will have the playback and also more additional support for you to connect with this entire team of after the webinar is over. And then furthermore, Susie would also share with me in the next couple of hours some additional job opportunities for you, the military spouse or Blue Star Careers member, can explore and find out more about how to apply and start applying and describing your also career journey and trajectory with Sleep Number. I do want to put back Susie on the spot. I do want to ask you if you can describe for us a little bit of the interview process. When I come to Sleep Number, I look for jobs. I find a job that I think I'm really suited for to get my foot in the door, or even that I qualified. Can you describe to me what would that look like as far as an applicant, the process?
Yep, absolutely. So, our recruiters, we will be reviewing your application. So, looking at your resume, making sure that your experience really fits the needs of the position itself. The recruiters reach out to the candidates then to schedule a 30-minute phone interview. So, really just an opportunity for us to get to know each other better. We'll share more details about the specific role and would love to learn more about your work experience from your perspective, right? So, just talking us through your career progression. From there, we get together with all of the hiring managers for our roles and really share that feedback, right? Everything that we learned about the candidate through that phone screen, we will present to them along with your resume to them to review and take into consideration. And then the leaders really decide which candidates they want to move forward with in the interview process. And that next step is to have an interview with the hiring manager for 30 minutes. That's also done over the phone. And our final stages of the interview process include what we call panel rounds of interviews. So essentially, like 3 to 4 interviews done virtually over Microsoft Teams. So they're all video interviews with different members of the team that you'd be interacting with in that role. So there's a couple different stages to those interview processes. Um, there's also things cut out. So, for instance, when I said that the retail, the customer service, some of the manufacturing and supply chain roles, and the field services positions, those may have a shorter interview process because we want to be able to get people in the door and in the position as soon as possible, where it might just be one or two conversations with the recruiter and the hiring manager versus going through that panel round. So, kind of depends on the position. But I always do encourage, especially with our community partners, if there is a position out there you see on our career site that interests you, apply to it. But then also let us know that you are a Blue Star Careers member, or that you're one of our partners, because we always want to look at every application, but we will always try to prioritize our partners as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for describing that. And I'm glad that it all starts with a phone call. So I love that you gave us that insider's tip. It starts with a phone call. So make sure that you have your phone up to date. You have set up maybe the voicemail, the greeting, and proper tone so that you don't miss out on a call. But most importantly, reach out to us. Reach out. We will make sure we make that introduction to the Sleep Number team for you to explore further those opportunities, and they're aware that you are applying. But thank you, Susie. You also shared with us that how you do your live, not your live, but your virtual interviews through Teams. So that's also another tip for our members who are exploring to move up in the interview process, for you to get to know Teams and how to work that system. Because that's also, with technology, even though we're supposed to be a technology friendly generation right nowadays, there's still some challenges. So set yourself up for success. Um, Thank you. Okay, we're coming over to the end of our live discussion here, and I would love to be able to share with you guys and give you a spotlight to also ask you if there's anything you guys have going on or that you're working on, and any personal call to actions so that our members can identify it more with you, but also connect and follow up further. So we'll start with Terry. Terry, thank you so much for supporting and sharing your story today. Is there a personal project you have going on, and what will be your call to action to our audience?
Yeah, I think I shared my call to action, and that is to join when you are joining an organization and find your passion. Um, find out what's going to get you up in the morning and get you thinking. Work is work. That's why we're paid for it. But work can also be a hobby. It can be something that's interesting. It can be something that's fun. I'm a nerd when it comes to systems engineering. I like warehouses. I like the energy and the feel and the just the productive nature of it. But different people are going to have different things that, flip their switch on. So know yourself, know what you're looking for, and pursue your passion.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's very inspiring. Thank you for identifying your strengths and letting us know. We go to Priscilla. Priscilla, Miss Safety Coordinator. What should we know about your call to action, and also specific projects you're working on, and how we can all as a community support you?
So, I mean, Terry just hit it on the nail. Just finding something that you're passionate about. I love my position because it allows me to be independent and to think outside the box, right? Like, how can we make something better? And our company does that very, very well. Where I've been able to implement quite a bit of safety, um, uh, new ideas that came across to other facilities that we have, coming across different ideas with, bringing certain inventory back or doing certain investigations or cameras or access or anything. Like, I love that. I love that you're allowed to learn as much as you want in this company. There is no limit, there is no line. You can grow as much as you want. And then, for me and for my personal life, uh, my son's going to college, so I'm getting ready for a new chapter. But what I do know is that I love this company and I'm going to stay put. So that's all I have.
Fantastic. Thank you, and congratulations on your future life at home, because that's also a tremendous success when your kids are on, to grow and take on from what you share with them through your career pathway and trajectory. Um, Sir Chris, how's it going for you? What is your call to action, and how can we support you if you have a specific project as a community? What can we do to further follow up with you? Oh, you are muted. Sorry, because we were asking you to mute. Sorry.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, no, the number of times that's happened since we've gone to more virtual calls, right? Um, yeah, in my life, my wife and I were empty nesters recently, and so and started to get a few gray hairs myself. But ultimately, listening to Terry and Priscilla's story, that really is my passion. In these days, is like how do I unlock the full potential of every individual on my team? And fortunately, with Sleep Number, I get to do that. I have the opportunity to do that every single day. Um, and whether it's my direct staff or the front lines, really, what I'm trying to do is create conversations and create relationships, both horizontally in an organization, vertically across the different levels, and introduce people to those who can help influence their career and give them opportunities to grow. And so, that such brings such great joy to what I do. But that applies out, outside, Sleep Number as well. And everything I try to do is I try to be a glue, I try to be a connector of people. Definitely, there's enough debate, I'll say, in this country today. And what I try to do personally is, create that debate into healthy conversations so we can solve problems together. Sleep Number is definitely a forum for me to do that. And I really appreciate what I'm able to do here, but that definitely translates and converts to what I do, outside of work as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love that reference. Try to be a glue, try to be a connector to support, right, and move positive change. So thank you very much. Then, of course, last but not least, our talent acquisition guru slash point of contact slash partner who is definitely going to make sure that any applications will go out there and get review. Susie, how can we support you and also support any special projects you have going on?
Yeah, I would just say go to our career site. We have a lot of really great positions out there available right now. So if there's anything that catches your eye or interests you, feel free to apply. You can reach out directly to me as well. Laura can provide that contact information. I'm happy to meet and speak with anybody that's interested in joining our team after hearing more about Sleep Number here today. Also, with the call to action, I would just say, kind of building on what everyone's already shared, is really, again, with um, one of our values being courage, is just taking the courage to make a change in your life. Terry said he really had his wife that he helped, or that helped him really make his career transition work. And I would just say lean into the community that you have. That people know you better than you may know yourself sometimes. So really trust others to see something in you that you may not see. Have courage to do something different and take that leap and try something new, and we'll see where it goes for you. I mean, it can only go up.
Fantastic. That's beautiful. And by the way, that's a great segue to us to close this webinar and encourage everyone to continue to follow up with you. Of course, build the community and join our Blue Star Careers community in the neighborhood where you'll find additional resources. We'll be sure to post weekly all of the details, all the updates that are going on with Sleep Number, any continuous career growth and notifications that you need to know about their team, in any alert that is happening with them or partnership. It's all going to continue to, of course, just get better from here. But thank you so much to everyone who's been watching and posting. Please continue to post your comments and your questions. We'll be sure to go back. And for some reason, the chat has not properly activated, we'll make sure that you get a response through your questions. Thank you so much for the entire team of Sleep Number for watching. And the best court of action, of course, call to action right now here from me will be to go to careers Sleep Number, search it up, and right here is the link. Set up job alerts and start viewing and reviewing and creating what your career growth looks like. That's really the bottom line. Is start thinking We have a lot of career opportunities, as Susie mentioned, that will get are posted on a regular basis. But most importantly, you'll know where you'll be going this summer. You know where you'll be PCSing. You'll know when you were transitioning, ahead of time. So when you have those timelines, start looking, stop setting up job alerts, and that is the best way that you will really find career success and most importantly, build your career growth throughout the course of your military journey. And use our network, use this team to get you closer to those opportunities. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you once again, Team Sleep Number, for supporting. And we look forward to hearing about your sleep numbers next time and going on into a little more discussion on that, see what that actually means and how can we ourselves enjoy a 98% or a 70% rate on our sleep numbers, right? That's really the bottom line where we want to hit. So thank you so much once again. We look forward to your support and your future comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.